Welcome to the AI Coach by Anil Nathu. We're about to pull back the curtain on a topic that's rapidly transforming from, well, a futuristic concept to everyday operational reality, agentic AI. Forget simply using AI as a tool or even as, a smart assistant. We're talking about a paradigm shift, a shift where AI transcends those roles to become an active, autonomous, and incredibly capable member of your team. It's a truly captivating evolution and one that we are incredibly excited to explore with you in today's deep dive.
Indeed. Our mission today is to really unpack what these powerful AI systems are. What's the immense value they're poised to generate? What are the maybe surprising challenges organizations are encountering in adopting them? And perhaps most crucially, how humans and AI can collaborate seamlessly to unlock, frankly, unprecedented benefits. We'll be drawing heavily from the CapGemini report, Rise of Agentic AI, How Trust is the Key to Human-AI Collaboration. It's a comprehensive and very timely analysis of this rapidly evolving landscape. Prepare for some genuinely surprising facts and practical guidance designed to help you, our listener, navigate this new era of intelligent automation.
Okay, let's unpack this. Our journey begins by really understanding what AI agents are, because they're fundamentally different from what many of us might think of as AI today. It's a distinction that I think often gets blurred.
That's a crucial starting point, absolutely.
Yeah.
When we talk about AI agents, we're not just referring to another piece of software. These are programs, platforms, or systems designed to be deeply connected to a business environment. They're equipped with the intelligence to understand and act. The key differentiator, the real game changer, if you will, is their ability to manage and execute end-to-end processes, and with significantly less human intervention. Think of it this way. Traditional AI might be a very specialized tool, right? Like a high-precision screwdriver.
Okay, yeah. Does one specific thing well?
Exactly.
Yeah.
An AI agent, however, is more like a highly skilled carpenter. Someone who can take a blueprint for an entire house, gather all the right tools, coordinate the various steps, and build it, adapting as needed along the way. They evolve from mere tools into genuine team members, autonomously making decisions and taking actions to achieve specific goals, sometimes even without direct human involvement once their mission is set.
So it's not just about doing one thing really well, but about orchestrating a whole series of actions, seeing them through from start to finish. That's a significant leap.
Precisely. And this is where their advanced reasoning capabilities come into play. Modern AI models, particularly the large language models, the LLMs you're probably familiar with, they're enabling agents to break down highly complex multi-step tasks, break them into smaller, manageable steps. They can reason through potential pathways, try different solutions if the first doesn't work, and then present the most successful outcomes. It's less about simple automation, really, and more about intelligent problem solving. It's kind of like having an incredibly intelligent project manager that can think several steps ahead and dynamically adapt the plan.
That sounds a lot more sophisticated than the AI assistants we're all more familiar with, things like ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot. What's the core distinction there? Because I think for many people, AI still means chatbots.
That's a critical clarification for our deep dive today.
Yes.
The key difference really lies in their autonomy and agency. AI agents operate independently. They anticipate needs. They proactively take initiative. Think of them as true proactive team members. An AI agent, for instance, might manage an entire marketing campaign lifecycle.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. This means it could customize content for different audience segments, rigorously test various creative elements, launch the campaigns across multiple platforms, and then dynamically adjust targeting and messaging based on real-time performance data, all with minimal human oversight once the initial goal is defined.
Wow, that's a huge difference. So a generative AI assistant would just say, generate a campaign brief based on my prompts, but the agent takes that brief and runs with it, handles the entire execution.
Exactly. The assistant takes actions based on user prompts and predefined logic. You're generating content, images, or code. The agent, however, takes that initial input, understands the overarching goal, and then independently executes a complex multi-step workflow. To give you some concrete examples from the CapGemini report that truly bring this to life, OpenAI's Operator demonstrates this. It handles a wide range of repetitive browser tasks, like filling out forms, ordering groceries, or booking restaurant tables based on your preferences. Imagine delegating all those mundane online chores to an AI.
I can definitely imagine that, and my to-do list just breathed a sigh of relief. Seriously.
Right. Then there's Devin. It's branded as the AI software engineer. This agent is capable of automating entire software development tasks, from generating code and debugging it to deploying the finished product, all with minimal human input. This is potentially a game changer for development teams, possibly accelerating the pace of innovation dramatically.
Huge implications there.
And Manus, another example, a general AI agent. It goes even broader. Capable of creating personalized travel itineraries, analyzing complex documents, conducting in-depth research, and even generating both content and code. These aren't just intelligent tools. They're intelligent doers that can handle really intricate processes.
Okay, so why the sudden, intense hype around this specific type of AI right now? It feels like AI has been hyped for a while, but agentic AI feels different. There's a different energy around it.
You're right. It's not just another ripple in the AI wave. Agentic AI truly represents a new frontier. The CapGemini Research Institute flagged AI agents as a top technology trend for 2025, precisely because we've reached a turning point. Breakthroughs in natural language processing, combined with advancements in reinforcement learning and planning, these have dramatically expanded agents' capabilities. Beyond just answering questions or generating text, they can now plan, collaborate with other systems, reason through complex scenarios, execute multi-step tasks, and crucially, continuously improve based on feedback and experience. There's a figure in the CapGemini report that vividly illustrates this. The length of tasks for which AI agents can achieve an 80% success rate has been doubling roughly every 213 days.
Doubling every 7 months or so.
Roughly, yes. That's truly exponential growth in their functional capabilities. It means they can tackle increasingly larger and more intricate problems every few months.
So it's not just that they can do these things, but they're getting exponentially better at doing more complex things, faster and more reliably. That's a powerful curve.
Precisely. And the economic dynamics are shifting dramatically too, making this technology incredibly attractive for businesses. For instance, the inference cost for a system performing at the level of GPT 3.5 as a processing cost per unit of output, it dropped over 280-fold between November 2022 and October 2024.
280 times cheaper.
Over 280 times cheaper. This massive cost reduction means that what was once prohibitively expensive for widespread deployment is now becoming economically viable. Alongside that, annual hardware costs are down 30%, and energy efficiency has improved by 40% each year. This confluence of accelerating capability and plummeting cost is creating, well, a perfect storm for the widespread adoption of sophisticated agentic AI.
That's a huge factor for businesses. It makes the investment much more palatable. It also feels like all the major tech players are jumping in. Is this a new arms race of sorts?
Absolutely. It's a fierce competitive arena. Tech giants like Google, Microsoft, AWS, OpenAI, alongside enterprise solution providers such as Salesforce, ServiceNow, SAP, they're all in a rapid race, rolling out AI agent platforms, tools, frameworks. This includes everything from sophisticated orchestration protocols to plug-and-play agents that integrate seamlessly, and even dedicated agent studios for customization. This aggressive push from industry leaders is a clear signal. This technology is seen as central to the future of enterprise operations.
And it goes beyond just business competition, right? You mentioned geopolitics.
You're right. The implications extend beyond business, even geopolitically. Advancements in agentic AI are becoming a matter of national capability and influence. Some reports suggest this AI space race could fundamentally reshape the world order, with discussions around data and model sovereignty becoming increasingly prominent. It's a reflection of global strategic importance.
So how do these AI agents actually work? Give us the step-by-step. Because for many, myself included sometimes, the inner workings of AI remain a bit of a black box. Can you pull back the curtain on a typical AI agent workflow for us?
Let's pull back that curtain. Let's break down a typical AI agent workflow, like the one outlined in the CapGemini report. It's a fascinating process, really. First, there's interaction and goals. AI agents receive triggers, inputs, or overarching goals. This can come from a human user, like you delegating a task, or directly from their environment, maybe a system alerting them to a supply chain anomaly. Think of it as receiving a new assignment.
Like a project manager getting a new brief. Makes sense.
Exactly. Next is reasoning. This is where the true intelligence shines. The agent employs advanced reasoning models, essentially its digital brain, to break down those broad goals into specific actionable steps, and then prioritize them. It's like breaking a huge, complex project into a detailed, sequential to-do list, anticipating dependencies and potential issues.
Okay, so it's thinking, planning.
Right. Third, task execution and access. For the actual execution, AI agents can access a wide variety of resources. This includes internal data and enterprise tools like knowledge bases, CRM systems, your customer relationship management data. They can also access external tools like web search engines or third-party databases. Critically, they can even interact with other specialized AI agents or, if needed, Seek clarification from human users. Ask a question back.
So it can tap into almost anything it needs.
Within its defined permissions, yes. Fourth, we have orchestration and guardrails. In more complex multi-agent systems where you might have several specialized agents working together, an orchestrator agent might break down a larger problem even further. It delegates specific subtasks to smaller specialized agents, often leveraging what we call small language models, SLMs. These are more specialized, efficient versions of the larger models, designed to handle specific tasks more cost-effectively and quickly.
More targeted intelligence.
Exactly. And crucially, guardrails are always in place. These are predefined rules and boundaries that enforce ethical, operational, and safety standards, ensuring the agents operate within their defined scope and, well, don't go rogue. This proactive human oversight is a core aspect of how AI Coach by Anil Nathu views the future of AI integration, always with careful human oversight.
So it's not just one agent doing everything, but potentially a team of agents being managed by another overarching agent that's truly orchestrated. Wow.
That's right, a truly orchestrated system. Fifth, iteration and memory. Agents can repeat steps, iterating on their solutions if the first attempt isn't successful. They use both short-term memory for immediate context, like remembering the last few turns in a conversation, and long-term memory. This long-term memory is often via external vector stores. These essentially allow the AI to quickly retrieve specific pieces of information from vast datasets, almost like having a perfect instant recall system for everything it's ever learned.
Like a photographic memory for data?
Kind of, yes. This enables them to retain and recall vast amounts of information over extended periods, constantly learning and improving their performance over time. And finally, collaboration protocols. There are established protocols like Google's agent-to-agent, A2A, for secure and efficient communication between agents, and Model Context Protocol, MCP, for accessing external tools. There are even ambitious initiatives like MIT's Project Nanda, working to develop the Internet of AI agents, aiming for a truly open and interoperable network of AI systems that can communicate and cooperate seamlessly.
That's quite the intricate dance, a complex symphony of intelligence and action. But it sounds like even with all this autonomy, humans are still very much in the loop. It's not a completely hands-off approach.
Absolutely not. The CapGemini report strongly emphasizes that even autonomous agents function within a defined scope. They require human oversight for critical situations. It's not about replacing humans entirely, but augmenting our capabilities and automating the routine or complex tasks that can be delegated. This brings us to a useful framework for understanding the varying degrees of AI autonomy, much like we categorize self-driving cars.
Yes, like self-driving cars, where there are different levels of autonomy. That analogy makes immediate sense. I get that.
Precisely. The CapGemini report proposes a 6-point scale for AI agent autonomy, modeled after autonomous vehicles and also telecom networks. It's incredibly helpful for understanding current and future adoption within an organization. Let's walk through it. At level 0, there's no agent involvement. Simple enough. Fully human-handled, no AI in the process at all.
Okay, baseline.
Then you move to level 1, AI-assisted. This is the basic automation-first approach. These are deterministic systems with high human involvement, where AI assists predefined workflows. Think of it like a smart checklist or a spell checker that highlights issues but requires human approval for every single change.
So still very much human in control, but with smart suggestions popping up.
Right. Level 2 is AI-augmented decision-making. Here, AI agents actively support human decisions and provide recommendations. They effectively enhance workflows. The human retains ultimate control, but the AI is optimizing insights and processes. It's acting as a powerful co-pilot that helps you make better, faster decisions.
Like having a really smart analyst whispering in your ear?
Kinda, yeah. Level 3 is AI integrated, or process-centric AI. This is where semi-autonomous agents begin to handle more complex, multi-step tasks. The human delegates authority in specific areas but remains actively involved in managing the process and overseeing the agent's performance. Think of it as a supervisor overseeing a team of AI, stepping in when necessary.
Okay, so delegation starts here. And beyond that, they start operating much more independently.
Yes, the independence grows significantly. Level 4 is independent operation. This often involves multi-agent AI teams. Here, AI agents coordinate tasks among themselves and make decisions within strategic boundaries. They only escalate to humans when truly needed for complex exceptions or critical issues. The human delegates authority to these AI agent teams, and the AI agents are designed to know when human intervention is genuinely required.
So they know when to ask for help, essentially.
Ideally, yes. And then at the pinnacle is level 5, fully autonomous or self-evolving systems. This involves fully autonomous execution of processes toward a specified goal within a defined scope. At this level, human involvement is primarily for high-level goal setting, continuous monitoring for compliance, and strategic governance, rather than day-to-day oversight.
It's a significant scale, from basic assistance to full autonomy. And the CapGemini report's key insight here, if I recall correctly, is that you don't necessarily need to be at level 5 to see real tangible value. You don't have to wait for the end goal.
Absolutely. That's a crucial practical takeaway for organizations listening. The report explicitly states that AI agents can deliver tangible value and significant benefits even at intermediate levels of autonomy, such as level 2 or 3. You don't have to wait for full self-evolving systems or aim for complete automation from day one to start benefiting from this technology. This pragmatic perspective is crucial for organizations planning their AI strategy. It encourages a phased and trust-building approach.
That's a practical and encouraging takeaway right there. Okay, this brings us to the exciting part. The sheer economic promise of agentic AI. How big is this opportunity truly? Are we talking incremental gains or something bigger?
Oh, it's absolutely massive, potentially transformative for global economies. CapGemini projects that AI agents could generate up to an astonishing $450 billion in economic value. That's through a combination of revenue uplift and significant cost savings across surveyed countries by 2028. This isn't just a theoretical number plucked from the air. It's a projection based on current adoption trajectories and rigorous research findings. It indicates a clear path to substantial financial returns.
$450 billion. That sounds like an incredibly competitive landscape where early movers will have a distinct advantage. You snooze, you lose, sort of thing.
It truly is, and the competitive momentum is already building fast. You're right. The report highlights that a staggering 93% of business leaders believe that organizations who successfully scale AI agents in the next 12 months will gain a significant competitive edge over their industry peers. To put this in a more relatable perspective, for an average organization with, say, $15 billion in annual revenues, those with scaled implementation of AI agents are projected to generate around $382 million. That's 2.5% of their annual revenue on average over just 3 years.
Okay, versus
Organizations that lag in adoption.
Yeah.
They're expected to generate only about $76 million, or 0.5% of revenue. That difference is substantial and will absolutely create a significant divide in market leadership.
That's a huge potential impact on the bottom line. What are some of the industry leaders saying about these efficiency gains in practice? Are they seeing it?
The feedback from the ground definitely confirms this potential. Joe G. Phillip, director of AML products at Ericsson, he notes, AI agents hold immense promise, but we're still in the early innings.
Right.
He says, conservatively, we expect around 10% efficiency gains, with optimistic projections reaching 25%, but large-scale validation is yet to come. So, pragmatic but optimistic.
Still cautious, but seeing the potential.
Exactly. On an even more granular level, Eric Pace, head of AI at Cox Communications, states, we are beginning to see measurable efficiency gains with AI agents delivering a 30% or more improvement in structured processes. He adds, for less standardized processes, though, the impact varies widely, depending on the complexity of the work and how effectively users engage with the technology.
Yeah.
So these aren't just hypotheticals. These are real-world numbers from companies already putting agents to work.
So real-world numbers are already showing significant efficiency gains, especially in structured areas. How does this CapGemini estimate compare to other market predictions? Does it align with the broader vision for AI's economic impact?
It aligns very well within the broader landscape of AI impact estimates. It reinforces the consensus around its transformative potential. Goldman Sachs, for example, predicts that generative AI alone will drive a 6.1% rise in U.S. GDP over the next decade. That translates to around $540 billion in the U.S. by 2028. IDC forecasts that AI technologies overall will influence 3.5% of global GDP by 2030, implying an impact of around $1.9 trillion globally.
Huge numbers.
Trillion. And MIT research estimates that AI capabilities could automate about 1/5, or slightly over 20%, of value-added tasks across industries. CapGemini's estimate falls squarely in this range. It reinforces the idea that while the specific numbers vary slightly, the significant and widespread impact of agentic AI is widely agreed upon by leading analysts. And a concrete example of this efficiency comes from the CIO Chief Data and Digital Officer at a U.S. consumer health organization. They reported that AI agents have led to a 10–12% improvement in productivity, saving around 10 minutes per hour worked. This clearly shows how these gains translate into real, tangible time and cost savings at an operational level.
That's fascinating. It sounds like this isn't just futuristic speculation. Adoption is already well underway. People are doing this now. What are the current numbers looking like in terms of organizations actually implementing these agents?
The adoption figures are indeed compelling and point to rapid acceleration. The CapGemini report indicates that 14% of organizations have already implemented AI agents at partial, that's 12%, or full scale, 2%. This means they are past the experimentation phase and seeing these agents in live production environments.
So 1 in 7, roughly, are already live.
Roughly, yes. Furthermore, nearly one quarter, 23%, have launched pilot programs. They're moving beyond initial exploration into testing real-world use cases, and another 61% are actively preparing for or exploring deployment. So if you add that up, well over a third of organizations are already actively piloting or implementing these systems.
That's a remarkably fast pace of adoption. It almost mirrors the rapid explosion of generative AI we saw just recently.
It truly is. The report notes a nearly 3.5x leap in usage, from 10% of organizations in May–June 2024 to a projected 36% by April 2025 for those either piloting or scaling AI agents. This mirrors the rapid adoption trajectory we saw with generative AI itself, which surged from 6% to 24% at scale between 2023 and 2024. This rapid acceleration underscores the urgency we've always emphasized at AI Coach by Anil Nathu regarding strategically integrating AI into your operations. It's no longer a distant goal, but a present competitive necessity. And just to add, to ensure the robustness of these numbers, CapGemini even reconfirmed responses from 900 out of their 1,500 survey respondents. They made sure they were referring specifically to AI agents, not just general AI or Gen AI assistants. And the strong adoption numbers held true. This isn't just hype, it's a confirmed trend.
That's good validation. Can you give us some real-world, tangible examples of where we're seeing these AI agents in action today? Beyond just theoretical possibilities, where's the rubber meeting the road?
Certainly, the examples are already quite diverse and popping up everywhere. A U.S. consumer health organization, for instance, is using around 70 relatively simple agents for specific high-volume processes. These agents automate things like expense report approvals, analyze bills and receipts for discrepancies, and monitor inventory levels to trigger replenishment orders autonomously. They've realized significant early benefits from this operational efficiency.
So, tackling those repetitive, rule-based tasks first.
Often, yes. Another fascinating example comes from Ericsson. They're pioneering a new prototype called Talk to Your Network, or TTYN. This uses agentic AI to transform how communication service providers interact with their vast, complex networks. These agents are designed to understand high-level goals from human operators, predict network needs, and solve problems autonomously, enabling natural language interactions with the telecom infrastructure. Imagine just telling your network what you want it to do, and it figures out how to make it happen.
That's a massive step towards truly intelligent, self-managing infrastructure. That's incredible. What about other industries?
Absolutely. In the automotive sector, Mercedes-Benz is integrating Google Cloud's automotive AI agent. It's powered by their sophisticated Gemini and Vertex AI models into its MBUX virtual assistant. This enables natural, multimodal, and multilingual in-car interactions, making the car feel more like an intelligent companion.
So talking to your car gets much smarter.
Much smarter, more natural. Rolls-Royce, a company known for engineering excellence, is using ServiceNow's AI agent orchestrator for end-to-end automation across their IT, HR, and customer service functions, streamlining complex enterprise workflows. Financial services are also seeing adoption. Capital One has deployed a concierge AI agent for car dealerships. It helps consumers with detailed information and test ride bookings, enhancing the customer experience.
Interesting use case there.
Right. Even in drug discovery, NVIDIA is partnering with Novo Nordisk to accelerate research using advanced AI technologies and agentic workflows via the Gefion AI supercomputer. And a compelling success story comes from Credit Agricole Bank, Polska. They achieved a remarkable 50% reduction in document processing time and saved over 750 hours per month with an AI agent. This agent performs smart classification, emotional tone detection in customer communications, and workflow automation, leading to significantly improved customer satisfaction. These are all concrete examples of significant measurable impact across diverse sectors.
Given all these rapid implementations, what are organizations deciding to build these agents in-house from scratch or to buy them from established solution providers? It feels like a fundamental strategic choice.
It is indeed a fundamental strategic choice, and the report highlights a clear preference, actually. 62% of organizations prefer partnering with solution providers like Salesforce, SAP, ServiceNow, and with system integrators to implement or tailor existing AI agents. This preference is largely driven by the ready availability of pre-built agents, existing integrations with legacy systems, which is a huge hurdle for many enterprises, and the familiarity of staff with these established toolsets. They're leveraging existing ecosystems rather than trying to reinvent the wheel, basically.
So it's about speed to value and reducing friction with current systems? Makes sense.
Precisely. A hybrid approach is also quite popular, with 53% adopting a combination of in-house development and external solutions. This allows them to balance the need for deep customization with the speed and scalability offered by external vendors. About one-third, 33%, still prefer developing proprietary AI agents entirely in-house. This is particularly common among large enterprises in highly regulated industries, often driven by a cautious approach and the current immaturity of the broader market. Jason Gilman from Google Cloud highlights the challenges in moving agentic AI to production, but notes the convergence among major providers. He mentions advancements in reasoning models like Gemini 2.5 Pro and Flash, and the release of an agent development kit, all making it easier to leverage pre-built components.
What's Intel's perspective on this build versus buy dynamic, especially given their role in foundational hardware?
Lynn Comp, from Intel's AI Center of Excellence, explains that AI agents represent a shift from relying solely on LLMs to using a variety of specialized models for different tasks, a mix-and-match approach. She also notes that large enterprises, particularly in regulated industries, prefer internal control until the market matures. As most AI agent platforms are still evolving, they want to ensure control over sensitive data and processes. Daniel Vasilev, co-founder of Relevance AI, offers practical advice. He suggests buying agents for internal process automation to avoid overhead, but building for product integration to avoid vendor lock-in and retain control over your core offerings. He stresses that building truly high-performing agents requires significant specialized expertise, which isn't something every company is readily available.
That's a very pragmatic split. Buy for internal efficiency, build for core product differentiation? Makes sense. Any specific examples of these partnerships in action that really show how companies are leveraging external solutions?
Absolutely. PepsiCo, for instance, is leveraging Salesforce's Agentforce, a platform of autonomous AI agents. They're using it to streamline global operations, customer service, and boost overall efficiency. This enables their sales teams to redirect their focus from administrative tasks to more strategic growth initiatives. It's less paperwork, more selling.
Freeing up human potential.
Exactly. Cisco, a leader in networking and collaboration, has partnered with Mistral AI to embed sophisticated AI agents directly into their collaboration and contact center solutions, enabling real-time, intelligent interactions that enhance both employee productivity and customer experience. And Honeywell, a global industrial technology giant, is integrating its IoT platform, Honeywell Forge, with Google Cloud's Gemini AI on Vertex AI. This helps industrial engineers and technicians by automating tasks, speeding up maintenance schedules, and processing complex multimodal data, essentially making industrial operations smarter and more efficient. These are clear examples of how companies are strategically building on established platforms to accelerate their AI agent deployment.
Very clear examples. What about pricing models for these agentic AI solutions? How do organizations prefer to pay for these advanced capabilities? Is it subscription, usage-based?
The preferred pricing models are quite diverse, actually. It reflects the evolving market and varied deployment strategies. Over half, 55%, prefer consumption-based pricing. This is typically based on how much of a service is used. For example, pricing per token processed or per task executed. This model offers flexibility and scalability, aligning costs directly with usage. Pay for what you use.
Makes sense for variable workloads.
Right. 43% prefer a flat amount for the entire platform with platform-based pricing. This provides more predictable costs, which finance departments often like. And 37% prefer license-based pricing, paying per user or per license, which is common for traditional software subscriptions. This flexibility in pricing models allows organizations to choose what best fits their budget and operational needs.
Good to have options. So which business functions are seeing the most immediate and widespread adoption of AI agents? Where are companies seeing the quickest returns, the low-hanging fruit?
In the near term, so within the next 12 months, customer services and support, IT, and sales are expected to see the most extensive daily use of AI agents. These functions are ideal for initial adoption because they involve high volumes of interaction, often require rapid responsiveness, and benefit significantly from contextual, conversational engagement. Dr. Suraj Srinivasan from Harvard Business School explains that the fastest wins are in functions where processes are well-defined and outcomes are known and measurable, like customer service and sales. He adds, AI agents will also enhance creative processes by automating the mundane and freeing up human capacity for more innovative work.
So customer service, IT help desk, sales support, high volume, clear metrics. And beyond the next year, where do we see this expanding? What's the midterm vision?
In the midterm, looking out 1 to 3 years, we expect to see significant expansion into operations, product design and R&D, marketing, and finance. These functions often involve more complex, less structured processes, but the potential for transformative impact is immense. Vishal Singhvi from Microsoft describes a 4-phase AI adoption model. Agentic AI automating workflows is phase 3, leading towards scalable, general-purpose AI in phase 4. And Susan Emerson from Salesforce emphasizes that agentic AI is fundamentally reinventing core business processes to deliver measurable impact, transform customer experiences, and new operating models. This isn't just about tweaking existing processes, it's about foundational change, reimagining how work gets done.
Fundamentally reinventing. That's a strong statement. It sounds like there's huge potential, but what are the expectations for the level of autonomy these agents will actually have? Are we talking about fully autonomous systems taking over everything right away, or is there a more cautious, measured approach?
That's a crucial point for managing expectations, and the answer is a resounding not at all to immediate or full autonomy. Organizations don't expect very high levels of autonomy soon. The report indicates that only 15% of business processes are expected to operate at level 3, semi-autonomous, up to level 5, fully autonomous, within the next 12 months.
Only 15% in the next year.
Yes, and this share is expected to grow, but only to 25% by 2028. So still only a quarter of processes in 3 to 4 years. This clearly indicates a measured and cautious approach to increasing autonomy. It's evolutionary, not revolutionary, in terms of letting go of control.
So it's a gradual, measured approach, building trust over time. What about fully autonomous level 5? How common will that be?
Fully autonomous, level 5, is expected to handle only around 4% of business processes within 3 years, a very small slice. These will typically be highly well-scoped, low-risk tasks with robust strategic oversight. Think routine data processing, not complex strategic decision-making. Joji Philip from Ericsson foresees maybe level 3 or 4 autonomy for managing telecom networks within 2 to 3 years, but full level 5 still requires extreme caution due to the critical nature of communication networks. You can't afford mistakes there.
Absolutely critical infrastructure.
Exactly. And Susan Emerson of Salesforce notes that trust in agentic AI grows through experience. It's earned. She says, by starting with human-in-the-loop models and observing consistent accuracy, transparency, and adherence to guardrails and instructions, organizations build the confidence to embrace higher levels of autonomy. This human-in-the-loop approach is absolutely key to building that crucial confidence, seeing it work safely first.
And Eric Pace from Coxa Communication echoed that sentiment, didn't he? Emphasizing a slow, steady rollout.
Yes. Eric Pace said, we're taking a measured approach to AI autonomy. He explained, while fully autonomous agents hold promise, they're not yet in production at scale due to ongoing concerns around trust, process, and system maturity. For now, most of our advanced agentic systems remain in pilot or proof-of-concept stages, with broader deployment planned as our confidence and capabilities continue to grow. A risk director at a large banking group has a similar perspective. AI agents handle basic customer queries now. Soon they'll take on level 3 interactions like proactive fraud detection. But long-term visions of managing serious customer issues autonomously, that's still a way off. It clearly illustrates a phased, carefully considered approach to scaling autonomy, prioritizing safety and trust above all else.
That brings us perfectly to what might be the biggest hurdle of all: trust. If these agents are going to be so autonomous, even eventually, how much do organizations actually trust them? Because the report highlighted something quite surprising here, a real paradox.
You've hit on a critical point, and it is indeed a paradox. It's quite striking. The CapGemini report highlights that trust in AI agents is actually declining. Only 27% of organizations express trust in fully autonomous AI agents. That's a significant drop from 43% just 12 months ago.
Down from 43 to 27% in just 1 year. So as organizations gain more experience, their trust in fully autonomous systems goes down. That's incredibly counterintuitive. What's driving that?
It might seem that way on the surface, but it actually suggests a more realistic and nuanced understanding is setting in. Perhaps the initial hype is wearing off. Organizations in the implementation phase, at 47%, do show higher trust than those still exploring, at 37%, which implies trust does build with experience at the ground level when you see it working. However, the overall confidence in fully autonomous systems, the level 5 stuff, is still low. Perhaps because the challenges, the risks, the complexities become much more apparent during real-world deployment. This is also reflected in broader societal trends. Stanford's 2025 AI Index report points to fragile societal confidence in AI safety, fairness, and accountability, with decreases in trust for data protection and unbiased systems. It's a sign that the honeymoon phase might be over, and the hard work of building robust, genuinely trustworthy systems has truly begun.
Are there specific user experience issues or real-world incidents contributing to this, well, reality check on trust?
Yes, absolutely. There are concrete reasons. Studies cited in the report show that 47% of users lack trust due to perceived emotional intelligence gaps in AI, meaning the AI doesn't understand context or empathy in a human-like way. It feels cold or robotic. 40% are uncomfortable submitting AI-generated work without significant human review, and 34% consider AI output inferior in quality, maybe lacking nuance or creativity. And a vivid real-world example is the widespread frustration and distrust among Uber drivers. They've publicly voiced their concerns. They cite deactivations based on opaque algorithmic decisions that leave them feeling powerless, without recourse, and financially vulnerable. One survey found a staggering 96% of deactivated Uber drivers felt their deactivation was unfair. This highlights the real-world human consequences when there's a lack of transparency and perceived fairness in autonomous systems. People need to feel the system is just.
That's a powerful illustration of why trust is so critical and so fragile. So how do you even begin to build that trust in agentic systems, especially when autonomy is the goal?
Dr. Walter Sun from SAP asserts that trust is a major hurdle. Businesses need confidence in AI systems before granting them any level of autonomy. That's the bottom line. He suggests one way to build trust is starting with what I call read-only AI implementations, where AI provides recommendations, but humans make all final decisions. This is a key insight for AI Coach by Anil Nathu subscribers. Begin with advisory AI. Let it prove itself. Build confidence through consistent, accurate recommendations, and then gradually introduce more autonomy. Start small, build confidence. Trung Nguyen from Jira AI adds that building trustworthy AI agents means looking beyond accuracy. It's not just about getting the right answer. By evaluating hallucination rates, factual reliability, and safety in handling sensitive content, continuous monitoring and user feedback loops are essential, especially when direct access to user data is limited. It's about transparency, reliability, and continuous validation.
Beyond trust, what are the biggest ethical and safety concerns organizations are grappling with as they deploy these powerful agents? These things have agency after all.
They are substantial concerns, and they are widely recognized. Nearly 2 in 5 executives believe the risks of implementing AI agents actually outweigh the potential benefits right now. Think about that, almost 40%.
Wow, that's a high number, believing risks outweigh benefits.
It is. The top concerns include privacy, 51%, major worries about how agents handle sensitive customer or employee data, unwanted bias, 48%, the fear that AI decisions might perpetuate or even amplify existing societal biases embedded in the data, skill degradation, 48%, the worry that human skills might atrophy as agents take over more and more tasks, the use it or lose it problem. Then there are legal risks, 46%, potential job displacement, 43%, and safety risks, 39%, particularly in physical environments where AI controls machinery or vehicles.
A whole raft of serious concerns. Are companies actively tackling these?
Well, despite this high awareness, the report finds that few organizations act decisively to mitigate these risks. It's concerning. For example, only 34% are actively working on mitigating privacy concerns, and a mere 29% are actively addressing unwanted bias. This gap between awareness and action is a significant issue. It's compounded by a fragmented and inconsistent AI regulatory landscape globally, which adds complexity for companies operating across borders. A risk director at a large banking group highlights the specific danger: the cascading errors risk.
Cascading errors. What's that?
This occurs if one agent's hallucination or incorrect output is unknowingly passed to another agent in a multi-step process, like a faulty link in a chain. This could potentially lead to significant and widespread issues down the line. This risk emphasizes the need for extreme caution, especially in highly regulated environments like finance or healthcare. One small error can magnify.
It seems like a lack of clear understanding or knowledge could also be a major issue here, leading to these gaps in mitigation. Are organizations truly grasping what agentic AI can and should do versus other types of AI?
That's another significant challenge the report identifies. Absolutely. Half of organizations state that gaps in knowledge significantly impede their deployment of highly autonomous agents. They just don't feel they understand it well enough. Even more concerning, only one-third, 34%, clearly understand where AI agents should be preferred over generative AI, traditional AML, or standard process automation. This often leads to suboptimal deployment. Companies might use an agent for a task better suited for a simpler script, or vice versa, failing to fully leverage the technology's unique strengths or introducing unnecessary complexity and risk. It's like using a sledgehammer when you need a scalpel, or trying to do delicate surgery with blunt instruments. Wrong tool for the job.
So they might have the tools, but not the playbook for using them effectively. What practical advice is there for organizations facing these knowledge gaps? How do they get smarter about this?
The Chief AI Officer at a federal governmental healthcare service offers incredibly practical advice in the report. They say, start by deciding whether you want to build or buy. That determines your investment strategy and talent needs. A foundational choice. Don't chase the cool use cases. Focus on small, high-impact wins that deliver real ROI with minimal effort. Start simple. Show value. If you're not ready to invest in top-tier talent, don't settle, go with third-party solutions instead. Be realistic about capabilities. Success comes from aligning investment, talent, and use case selection with clear business value. It emphasizes the need for strategic knowledge, not just technical understanding. Be smart about where you apply it.
Beyond knowledge gaps, what about the actual technical readiness? Do companies have the foundational infrastructure, the data, the computing power to support this kind of sophisticated autonomous AI? Is the house built on sand?
This is another major shortfall and a foundational bottleneck for many. When it comes to data readiness, fewer than 1 in 5 organizations report high maturity in any aspect. That's less than 20%. Only 9% are fully prepared in data integration and interoperability, meaning their data systems can talk to each other seamlessly, a tiny fraction. And just 13% in data monitoring and lifecycle management. This means most face foundational hurdles in basic data quality, availability, volume, the underlying infrastructure, robust governance, and security protocols. The basics aren't there yet for many.
So before you even think about advanced agentic AI, you need your entire data house in order. That's a critical message. It keeps coming back to data.
Exactly. It always does with AI. Rashmi Shetty from Baker Hughes emphasizes this. To seize this opportunity, foundational elements must be in place. Robust processes, quality data, scalable infrastructure, and the right talent. She says, the real challenge lies in creating a convergence of those elements so we can maximize value for the organization. It's about getting all the pieces together. And Frank Reverie, Chief Technology Officer at CapGemini, put it even more bluntly, and it's a critical takeaway we continually emphasize at AI Coach by Anil Nathu. If your data isn't ready for AI, your business isn't ready for AI. It's the absolute bedrock. You can't build on shaky foundations.
Crystal clear. And what about the broader AI infrastructure, the computing power, the platforms needed to run these sophisticated agents? Is that ready? Similarly concerning, actually, over 4 in 5 organizations, 82%, report low to medium maturity across critical dimensions, such as computing power, things like GPUs and TPUs, those specialized processors for AI, also integration capabilities, orchestration platforms, fine-tuning capabilities for models, and cybersecurity. On average, only about 20% have high maturity in these areas overall, so huge gaps there too. Vishal Singhvi from Microsoft confirms that organizations investing in strong data foundations and effective change management are the ones seeing significant revenue uplift, often 10% or more, from agentic AI. The infrastructure and data are indeed the backbone, and a significant area where many organizations still need to catch up before they can truly leverage agents.
So we've covered the understanding of agentic AI, the immense promise it holds, and the significant challenges: trust, ethics, knowledge, readiness. It's a complex picture. Now let's pivot to the solution. How do we foster human-AI collaboration for superior outcomes? Because it sounds like this isn't about AI replacing humans entirely, but about working with them in a new, more integrated way.
Exactly. That's the key insight. The report strongly emphasizes that a new, dynamic hybrid workforce is emerging. It's fundamentally reshaping how we think about teams and roles. In the next 12 months, over 60% of organizations expect AI agents to primarily serve as subordinates or powerful tools that significantly enhance human capabilities. Augmenting, not replacing. Looking 1 to 3 years out, these AI agents are likely to evolve into full integrated members within human-supervised teams, moving from being mere tools to true coworkers, digital colleagues.
So a gradual integration, starting in powerful assistants and then becoming more integral collaborative team members. That's a profound shift in how we structure work and think about teams.
Precisely. Itai Aseo from Salesforce AI Research eloquently compares this shift to the BlackBerry to iPhone transition. Remember that. He emphasizes that seamless human-AI interaction patterns are still taking shape. They're not fully defined yet. He notes that the sooner humans can intuitively interact with AI agents, the faster will be the adoption of agentic AI and its subsequent benefits. Usability is key. Anne-Laure Thibault from CapGemini adds that organizations should first assess their processes to determine where AI agents can be most effectively integrated, ensuring they complement human workers rather than displace them. This requires a profound transformation of work itself. It's not just about technology, it's about organizational design and a cultural shift.
And this collaboration with thoughtful human oversight actually yields better results, right? It's not just a compromise for safety or acceptance. It actually improves things.
Fundamentally, yes, it's an enhancement. The data supports this strongly. Nearly three-quarters, 74%, of executives believe the benefits of adding human oversight to AI agent-driven tasks will significantly outweigh the costs. Overall, a remarkable 90% view human involvement as either beneficial or at least cost-neutral. This human oversight isn't just for safety-critical applications. It's instrumental in aligning agentic outcomes with broader corporate strategy, with nuance, with values, things AI struggles with. A Stanford and University of Pennsylvania study even found that subjects made better hiring decisions when using an algorithm that offered selective recommendations compared to working without that AI support. Human oversight isn't a bottleneck. It's a powerful enhancer of quality and strategic alignment. Humans plus AI beats either alone.
That's a powerful point, humans plus AI. What are the specific, tangible benefits organizations are seeing from this human-agent collaboration in terms of productivity and maybe even employee experience?
By effectively integrating human and agentic workforces, organizations anticipate significant improvements across the board. It's quite compelling. The report highlights expectations of 65% greater engagement in high-value tasks, meaning humans spend less time on mundane work and more on strategic initiatives, creativity, problem-solving. Also, 53% increased creativity and 49% greater employee satisfaction. Happier, more engaged employees.
Those are significant improvements in the quality of work life, too.
Absolutely. A separate study found that teams collaborating with AI agents resulted in 137% more communication within the team and a remarkable 60% increase in productivity compared to human-only teams. In healthcare, a study showed clinicians using AI support achieved 85–82% diagnostic accuracy, performing significantly better than those using only conventional resources, who got 75%. Interestingly, AI alone achieved 87% in that study. This demonstrates that combining human expertise with AI agents truly enhances output quality, speed, scale, and operational efficiency while minimizing risks and boosting employee morale. It's a win-win when done right.
Those numbers are incredibly compelling for business. But what about the human workforce itself? Are they excited about this hybrid future, or are there significant anxieties about job displacement? We touched on the risks earlier.
Unfortunately, the human workforce is understandably worried, and these concerns are very real and need to be addressed head-on. Over half, 52% of organizations believe AI agents will displace more jobs than they create. That's the perception within companies. And a significant 61% of workforces are concerned about AI agents' impact on their employment prospects. That's nearly 2/3 of employees feeling anxious.
High levels of anxiety there.
Yes, and this isn't just unfounded fear, it's backed by projections. The World Economic Forum predicts that while AI and data processing will create 11 million roles, they will also replace 9 million by 2030, with automation overall displacing a net of 5 million more jobs than created during that period. So real shifts are expected.
We've even seen real-world examples of companies relying too heavily on AI for cost-cutting and then having to backtrack, suggesting this isn't a simple equation of just replacing people.
Indeed. The CEO of Klarna, the buy now, pay later service, famously admitted to over-relying on AI to cut customer service jobs, perhaps too quickly. They later had to bring human employees back, realizing the importance of the human touch for certain interactions. This underscores the critical need for the right human-agent collaboration model and highlights the danger of treating AI agents solely as a cost-cutting tool without considering the broader impact on customer experience and employee roles. Marjolaine Wenderich from CapGemini issues a stark but crucial warning. Organizations that treat AI agents only as a productivity tool are missing the point. She says those that don't redefine roles, incentives, team structures, and leadership models may soon find themselves irrelevant. This emphasizes that the transformation is as much about people and organization as it is about technology. It requires holistic change.
That's a powerful warning, but a crucial one for any business leader listening. Don't just focus on the tech. So what's the strategic imperative for capturing this agentic AI opportunity? How can organizations actually put this into practice, moving from understanding to action? What's the playbook?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the CapGemini report outlines a clear, multifaceted action plan. 6 key actions. Harnessing the full potential of AI agents requires moving beyond the hype and adopting a comprehensive, strategic approach. It's not just plug and play. This is precisely where the practical insights and guidance from AI Coach by Anil Nathu can help organizations apply these learnings effectively in their specific context.
Okay, let's dive into that action plan step by step. What's the first fundamental step organizations need to take?
Action 1. Redesign processes to deploy AI agents effectively and reimagine business models. This is foundational. It means a profound shift, starting with the process, not just bolting on the technology to existing ways of working. Organizations must redesign their core processes with AI at their heart, moving beyond incremental automation to a deliberate orchestration of AI agents, generative AI models, and traditional AI systems. For example, in a supply chain, processes can be redesigned so agents proactively resolve mismatches between inventory and demand, flag anomalies in real time, and learn from past approval behaviors to improve future decision-making, all autonomously within defined parameters. Rethink the flow entirely.
So it's not just about automating a piece of an old process, but reimagining the entire workflow for the age of AI. That sounds like a big undertaking, requires real vision.
Precisely. It's a transformation, not just an optimization. And to do that effectively, you need a structured framework to select the right AI blend for each part of the process. The report suggests a framework considering several crucial factors. Volumetrics. Focus on high-volume, high-frequency tasks first. They offer the quickest and most measurable return on investment, building momentum. Decision type. Evaluate each decision within a process to determine the optimal level of autonomy. Where does the human need to be involved? Where can the agent run solo? Data. Ensure accessible, high-quality, and well-integrated data is available. AI agents are only as good as the data they consume. Garbage in, garbage out still applies. Level of digitalization. Digital-first processes are inherently easier to automate and integrate with AI agents. Less friction. Process stability. Stable, well-defined processes are less risky to automate and tend to perform better with agents. Start with the predictable stuff, error rate exceptions. Fewer exceptions improve agent performance. Carefully assess the risk-benefit ratio for processes where errors could have cascading effects. Understand the potential fallout.
That's a helpful checklist. Can you give us a concrete example of how this framework would apply, say, to something complex, like orchestrating a marketing campaign? How would different types of AI play together in that redesign process?
Certainly, it's a great way to visualize the orchestration. For a marketing campaign, you could orchestrate different AI types strategically, like a conductor leading an orchestra. An AI agent might conduct deep market research analyzing trends, competitor activity, consumer sentiment across vast data sets, much faster than humans could. Another AI agent could handle sophisticated audience segmentation based on CRM insights and real-time behavioral data. Traditional ML models could then identify optimal advertising channels and predict campaign performance based on historical data. Generative AI would step in to create all the content and ad copy, personalized for each segment identified by the agent. Another AI agent could manage the A/B testing, dynamically iterating on creatives, headlines, calls to action to find the best performers automatically. And a final AI agent would handle campaign scheduling and execution across multiple platforms, dynamically adjusting bids and placements based on real-time performance data to maximize ROI. Crucially, human validation would be built in at critical points, defining the initial campaign goals and key messages, maybe approving the final creative assets and budget. The human sets the strategy and reuse key outputs.
That makes perfect sense. It's like a digital marketing team, but with specialized AI for each role, managed by an orchestrator and overseen by humans, designed for different AI systems to talk to each other to create this larger intelligent workflow.
Exactly. Organizations must invest in a modular digital architecture that allows for this interoperability. Systems need to talk. An orchestration agent can manage the entire end-to-end marketing campaign, for example, by breaking down the problem and delegating specific tasks to specialized agents or tools based on their capabilities. Protocols like Google's Agent 2 agent, A2A, and Microsoft's multi-agent orchestration capabilities in Copilot Studio are emerging to facilitate this secure and efficient communication and collaboration between agents. The plumbing is being built. Dorit Zilbershot from ServiceNow emphasizes this.
At ServiceNow, our priority has been to provide our customers with AI agents that integrate seamlessly into existing enterprise workflows, accelerating outcomes without disrupting what already works. Integration is key. And Isier Goicoechea Martinez from CapGemini beautifully summarizes it. The future of enterprise operations lies in the seamless integration of agents, other forms of AI automation, in tandem with and under the oversight of human coworkers. It's a true blend, a hybrid future.
This isn't just about efficiency then, squeezing out costs. It's also about new business opportunities and entirely new ways of operating, isn't it? Finding new value.
Absolutely. That's the really exciting part, potentially. While only 26% of executives currently recognize it fully, agentic AI has the profound potential for business model innovation. You can create entirely new revenue streams and fundamentally new ways of delivering value that weren't possible before. Think of Google's AI co-scientist, built on Gemini 2.0. It's a multi-agent system designed to support scientific discovery. It can not only perform research, but also generate original insights and test novel hypotheses, potentially accelerating breakthroughs in fields like drug discovery or materials science.
An AI research partner.
Exactly. Agents can rigorously test product-market fit by simulating thousands of customer interactions or hyper-personalized financial products at scale, offering bespoke solutions to individual customers in ways humans simply couldn't manage. Concrete examples are already emerging. Dow's is deploying agents to streamline its complex global shipping operations and expects to save millions annually. Logistics is a prime area. Bayer's R&D team is using agents to automate routine research tasks, saving up to 6 hours per week per researcher. That frees them up to focus on true innovation, on the next big discovery.
That leads directly into the workforce aspect. If processes are being redesigned so fundamentally, then people's roles must also change dramatically. What's Action 2 in the playbook?
Action 2. Transform the workforce and organizational structure. This is critical and often the hardest part. It's about moving beyond just adding AI agents as tools to fully onboarding them as integral team members. A notable 70% of organizations believe AI agents will necessitate significant organizational restructuring. That's a huge majority anticipating structural change. This means clearly defining formal roles for AI agents, perhaps as research agents, workflow coordinators, or even testing agents, each with clear mandates, goals, and accountability. Treat them like roles. You can even consider creating AI personas to help human teams understand their digital colleagues better, how they work, what their strengths are.
Give the AI a job description. And redefining human roles too, I assume. It sounds like a shift in what humans will be doing day to day. Less routine, more complex.
Absolutely. The report states that 68% of organizations noted employees gaining capacity for higher value tasks like strategic planning, complex problem solving, innovation, relationship building, the stuff AI hasn't been good at yet. Agents take on the routine and repetitive, freeing humans up. 59% foresee entirely new roles emerging, such as AI agent supervisors, AI behavior analysts, or AI ethicists. New jobs focused on managing and guiding the AI. This also demands evolving operating models and new leadership structures. Many organizations are leaning towards a diamond model structure. Strong top leadership focused on strategy, a broader middle layer of managers overseeing human AI teams, and a leaner entry level as AI takes on foundational tasks. The shape of the organization changes. Kareem R. Lakhani, a professor at Harvard, foresees the rise of intelligence resources departments, like HR, but for managing the mix of human and artificial intelligence.
Wow, an intelligence resources department. That's a fundamental shift in how we think about talent and capability management. So we might need new departments just for managing AI agents, treating them as a form of intellectual capital. Now, what about upskilling? We heard earlier that only 28% of organizations are confident they can extract full potential. That's a big gap.
This is a critical gap, and closing it is paramount. Reskilling and upskilling the workforce is Action 2's other key component. The report highlights the critical skills needed for this hybrid future. Hard skills include data management, still crucial at 59%, programming and understanding AI systems, 53%, and troubleshooting AI systems when they go wrong, 50%. Technical foundations are needed. And crucially, soft skills, or maybe we should call them core human skills, like decision-making under uncertainty, 52%, collaboration with both humans and AI, 48%, logical reasoning, 43%, emotional intelligence, creativity, and ethical judgment are more important than ever. These are the uniquely human skills that AI struggles with, and they become more valuable.
So it's about both technical skills to work with AI and what we might call uniquely human skills that AI can't replicate, allowing humans to focus on high-order tasks.
Precisely. It's a dual focus. Trung Nguyen from Jira AI advises upskilling in prompt engineering, the art of effectively communicating with AI and low-code tools for rapid prototyping. But he also emphasizes robust evaluation and safety checks. Don't just build, test rigorously. Anna Kopp from Microsoft mentioned structured academy programs that take employees through AI learning step by step, building fluency across the organization. Systematic training. Rashmi Shetty from Baker Hughes stresses the importance of progressing from basic AI awareness to AI literacy and then to deep AI fluency across the entire enterprise. It's a journey. Finally, creating new performance metrics is vital to gauge this hybrid performance. Traditional metrics focused solely on individual human output won't suffice. You need joint productivity metrics that measure human-agent collaboration. New AI agent evaluation metrics looking at quality, speed, innovation contribution, and measures of collaboration effectiveness and skill adaptability for human employees. It's about a holistic view of team performance, human and AI together.
That makes a lot of sense. You measure what matters, and what matters is changing. Okay, what's the third strategic imperative for success with agentic AI? We've got process redesign and workforce transformation.
Discussion 3. Strike the right balance between agent autonomy and human involvement. This is about managing risk and maximizing value. Autonomy, as we discussed with the levels, is a spectrum, not an on-off switch. The goal isn't necessarily full autonomy everywhere. It's about finding the right mix of human and agentic workforce for each specific process or decision to maximize business impact and minimize risk. It's a calibration exercise. This requires a careful, almost surgical approach to categorizing decisions and actions an AI agent might take. You need to evaluate each one based on several factors. Its risk level, what are the financial, reputational, regulatory implications if it goes wrong? Its reversibility, can the action be easily undone if something goes wrong, or is it irreversible? Its ethical nature, does it involve potential bias, require transparency, touch on sensitive values, the level of creativity, intuition, or empathy required things humans excel at? Its breadth of impact, could an error have cascading consequences across the organization? And compliance, does it adhere to internal policies and external regulations? This categorization then informs where agents can operate independently, where human-agent collaboration is needed, human in the loop, human on the loop, and where humans absolutely must retain full control. For instance, the EU AI Act specifically requires human oversight for high-risk AI systems. Regulation is pushing this too.
And that means defining clear autonomy boundaries within the digital business architecture itself, right? Building in those guardrails, those triggers for human intervention from the start, not as an afterthought.
Yes, exactly. It needs to be designed in. The digital business architecture needs to clearly define how data, systems, processes, and people interact, establishing clear escalation triggers for agents. When does the agent need to stop and ask a human? Critically, the human ability to override AI decisions should be frictionless, well communicated, and allocated by role for clear accountability. Who has the authority to step in? The report shows that 69% of organizations cite human oversight at critical points of action as a key risk mitigation strategy. It's the most common safeguard. Other essential mitigations include building kill switches, 48%, the ability to shut the agent down quickly if needed, and designing agents to be inherently human-centric, 36%, making their interactions intuitive and their decisions understandable.
Okay, so we've covered redesigning processes, transforming the workforce, and striking the right balance of autonomy. Critical steps. What's the fourth imperative for scaling AI agents successfully?
Action 4. Strengthen data and technological foundations to scale AI agents. Back to the foundations again. You can't scale without them. As we discussed earlier, data readiness is a major weakness for most organizations. They simply don't have their data house in order sufficiently for advanced AI. To scale AI agents reliably and effectively, organizations must build a robust data foundation. This involves several key steps: establishing standardized data governance protocols, clear rules for data handling, implementing strict data validation, including source verification, usage rights checks, and access controls. Know your data is good, and you have the right to use it. Ensuring the AI readiness of enterprise data, meaning it's high quality, consistent, labeled correctly, and structured for AI consumption. Proactively addressing cybersecurity and privacy concerns, ensuring compliance with regulations like GDPR and IPA, security and privacy are paramount. And finally, investing in modern data architecture. Things like vector databases, which are optimized for AI-specific semantic search and retrieval needs, real-time data pipelines for fresh data, and scalable data lakes or lakehouses. The plumbing needs an upgrade.
And upgrading the core technology infrastructure too, I imagine. It's not just about the data itself, but the pipes and engines.
Absolutely. The compute network infrastructure is just as vital. This includes ensuring sufficient computing power, specifically the specialized GPUs and TPUs needed for training large models and running inference efficiently at scale. Scalability of these resources is paramount. You need to handle peak loads. Organizations also need high-speed, low-latency networks to move data quickly. And robust interoperability across diverse platforms, agents need to work with existing systems. Adopting common data standards is crucial for seamless data exchange. And finally, choosing the most suitable AI agent technology itself is key. This involves making those informed build versus buy decisions we talked about earlier, based on factors like ease of integration, avoiding vendor lock-in, the level of customization needed, cost and usage control, especially with consumption pricing, and privacy control over sensitive data. Vishal Singhvi from Microsoft reiterates that strong data foundations and effective change management are what truly drive significant revenue uplift from agentic AI. It's that holistic view of readiness, data, tech, and people.
It really is a comprehensive picture. What's next on this strategic list? We've got the foundations, the people, the process. How do we ensure these agents are transparent and trustworthy over time? Keep them on track.
Action 5. Ensure AI agents operate within defined scope of execution and remain traceable and explainable to earn trust. This is about ongoing governance and building confidence. First, establish clear goal alignment. You must clearly define an agent's intended purpose, its precise scope of execution, what it can and cannot do, and then continuously measure how well it's fulfilling those goals. Are objectives being met safely? Goals can be explicitly coded or implicitly shaped by continuous learning and feedback. Nearly two-thirds, 65% of organizations, plan to develop robust reporting and feedback systems to continuously monitor and refine agent performance. Constant vigilance.
This sounds like it ties directly back to the trust issue we discussed. If you can understand how an agent is making decisions, why it did what it did, you can trust it more, especially in critical applications. You need that visibility.
Exactly. That's the essence of observability in this context. It refers to increasing visibility into AI agent decisions and actions, actively addressing the black box nature that makes people nervous, offering insights into what inputs received, what internal knowledge or external tools it invoked, what parameters it used, and the step-by-step reasoning it followed to reach a conclusion or take an action. Show the working. To achieve this, organizations need robust observability frameworks and mechanisms, things like rigorous scenario testing, especially under high-risk or edge case conditions, sophisticated error detection systems, clear failover strategies if an agent fails, well-defined incident response plans, and critically, potentially involving third-party audits of training data, decision logic, and bias mitigation strategies to ensure fairness and accuracy. Independent verification builds trust. Steve Jones from CapGemini highlights a fundamental truth here. For people to trust AI agents, they need to be able to understand its boundaries and know it will only operate within them. He adds, most companies do not have digital definitions of those boundaries, which prevents people trusting AI. Defining those digital boundaries clearly is paramount for trust.
And finally, the last imperative, Action 6, which ties directly into the ethical concerns we discussed earlier. These are powerful systems. How do organizations truly embed ethics into these autonomous systems, make them responsible by design?
Action 6. Develop and integrate ethical AI that addresses the risks posed by autonomous AI agents. This is absolutely non-negotiable for long-term trust, societal acceptance, and frankly, sustainable business practice. The report reveals a concerning statistic here. Only 14% of organizations have fully integrated ethical AI principles into their decision-making, governance, and workflows. That's incredibly low.
Only 14%. Wow.
Yes. Furthermore, sustainability as an ethical principle is the least integrated, indicating a significant blind spot in current practices. So despite all the awareness and public discussion about ethics in AI, very few are actually building it deeply into the systems and processes themselves.
So how can they practically do that? What are the concrete steps to bake ethics in?
The recommendations are clear and actionable. Organizations must embed ethical reasoning directly into AI agent design. This means designing agents to flag ethical dilemmas to human decision makers. For example, if a content generation agent identifies that provocative content might increase engagement but risks brand credibility or societal harm, it should flag that inherent tension to a human for review. It should recognize moral ambiguity. They must make agent decision-making traceable and auditable, establishing mechanisms to trace the full thought process, action logs, prompts used, reasoning chains invoked for full transparency and accountability. If something goes wrong, you need to know why.
So creating an audit trail for the AI's thinking.
Essentially, yes. They should also create layered governance by design. This could involve using guardian agents designed specifically to critique, supervise, or even override other agents if they detect problematic behavior, mirroring human checks and balances within the system itself. AI supervising AI within limits. Dr. Suhas Srinivasan from Harvard puts it powerfully.
While deploying AI agents, organizations must move beyond technical implementation and consider how core values are embedded into these systems. He states, ethics can no longer be managed by exception. They must be embedded into the system from the start. Proactive, not reactive.
That's a profound statement, really emphasizing a proactive, design-led approach to ethics. What else can organizations do on this front?
They should train human workers for ethical fluency. Equip teams with scenario-based training and decision-making frameworks to help them navigate complex human-AI ethical situations. Build ethical muscle memory. Organizations should also consider appointing dedicated AI ethicists or ethics committees responsible for defining and maintaining a clear code of ethics for AI agents. Ensuring diverse teams are involved in this process is crucial to avoid blind spots and establish clear escalation channels for ethical concerns. And finally, continuous monitoring is essential. Regularly audit agent behavior for bias or unintended consequences. Monitor for drift in performance or alignment with ethical goals, and recalibrate systems in response to evolving risks or societal norms while staying abreast of emerging AI regulations like ISO IAC 42001 and the EU AI Act. It's an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. Itai Aseo from Salesforce emphasizes IT's strategic role here, as they are often well-positioned to address ethics and safety concerns, manage things like token usage, which has cost implications, and handle optimization costs associated with running these complex systems responsibly. IT becomes a key partner in ethical deployment.
So let's tie this all together now. We've explored a lot today. From the core definition of agentic AI, what it is and isn't, to its vast economic promise, the significant hurdles to adoption like trust and readiness, and finally, a comprehensive 6-point action plan for success.
We truly have. It's been a deep dive. We've seen how agentic AI is poised to revolutionize enterprise operations, offering hundreds of billions in potential value and fundamentally reshaping the nature of work as we know it. From understanding their core capabilities and intricate working mechanisms, to examining the rapid adoption trends, facing those significant challenges like declining trust and technological readiness, and envisioning truly collaborative human-AI workforces where both thrive.
And here's the key takeaway for you, our listener, as you think about this in your own context. The winners in this new wave of AI won't just deploy more tools or simply automate existing tasks incrementally. That's not enough. They'll rethink their entire business models, fundamentally reimagine workflows from the ground up with AI in mind, diligently reskill their workforces for human-AI collaboration, proactively restructure their organizations to accommodate this new hybrid team structure, and critically embed ethical safeguards and responsible practices from the very beginning, not as an afterthought. It's about a mindset shift, from isolated innovation pilots to integrated ecosystem thinking, from siloed experimentation to enterprise-wide orchestration. This is truly the future that AI Coach by Anil Nathur strives to illuminate and help you navigate successfully.
And perhaps a final thought to leave you with. As AI agents gain unprecedented independence and capability, and as our trust in them evolves, hopefully grows with experience and careful design, what new forms of leadership, what new kinds of human responsibility will become most vital? How do we ensure this incredibly powerful technology truly serves humanity's best interests in the long run? That's a profound question for all of us to consider as this revolution continues to unfold at pace.
A very important question indeed. Thank you for joining us today for this deep dive. Visit the AI Coach website for more AI insights.